welcome to podcast episode 4, even though podcast episode 3 and 3.1, 2 attempts at the same podcast, give or take, both failed to upload. But this one's gonna work. I figured it all out. So, I'm Matt DiGiovanni.
And I'm Dendra Abdenor.
Okay, today we're gonna start by talking about Mount Vernon, New Hampshire?
Yeah, I'm from New Hampshire.
Oh, so maybe you should talk about this.
Okay, I'll talk about it. I'm from Salem, New Hampshire, not from Mount Vernon, New Hampshire. In fact, that's far away from me.
Probably a good thing with what this story's about.
Yeah, it is a good thing. I guess in Mount Vernon, New Hampshire, which is like a town of maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people, 4 teenage boys ended up like invading this woman's home and macheting her to death and like cutting up her 10-year-old daughter. And I guess her daughter is in an intensive care unit right now. And the husband was away on business, I think, for the evening. I guess the boys like planned to burglarize, but brought machetes to murder anyone who got in their way.
I don't understand why people in New Hampshire have machetes.
Well, it's the sticks, that's why. We live in the woods, and sometimes you have to hack your way through.
I just feel like jungle is different than forest.
Nope. Plus, you never know when you're going to come up against an angry moose.
Fair enough. Don't have that problem in New Jersey.
No, you don't. In New Hampshire, you do, though. There's billboards and, like, bumper stickers that say, "Break for moose!" Because if you hit one, it will probably kill you. Like, with your vehicle, because it will punch through the windshield.
Yeah. Understand.
Mm-hmm.
In totally different news, anyone on Twitter should follow at Drew from TV. That is Drew Carey's Twitter profile, because he has offered to donate $1 million to the Livestrong Foundation.
And if you don't like Drew
cancer.
Carey, if you don't like Drew Carey, maybe you like fighting cancer. So you'll follow him anyway.
But basically, if he gets 1 million followers by December 31st at midnight, he will donate $1 million. This all started because this guy, I believe his name is Drew Olenoff? Olenoff, I believe his name is, has the username at Drew. And he started auctioning off, figuring he'd get, a couple grand or something like that. Even a couple hundred, just something.
I thought that he was a cancer survivor.
No, he's a cancer fighter. He's currently fighting cancer.
Okay, and then he wanted to just take that money to donate to Livestrong himself. But then Drew Carey was like, no way, I'll make it.
Basically, Drew is joining in on the auction, and he's currently got the bid at $100,000 for the name. And if, like I mentioned, if he gets 1 million followers by December 31st at midnight, he will donate $1 million and get the username at Drew, which is, I guess, more appealing than at Drew from TV.
Well, I don't think it's more appealing. He just thought his name is Drew, so he could be a part of it and it's for a good cause, so why not?
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have a Twitter, follow him, at Drew from TV.
I'm going to. I have a Twitter. Who are you on it? You have it?
At DGO1517, DIGIO 1517.
I'm at D Lee.
You say Lee?
D Lee, that's what it is.
I know, but I thought of it as a lay.
No, it's Lee. It's like the Irish spelling. Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't find us on Twitter. Don't follow us. We don't want you to.
If you want to, you can. I'm indifferent. Anyway.
Pay to print.
Pay to print.
Big controversy on campus.
They were planning on charging 8 cents to print, just flat to start out with, but that's changed slightly, at least for the first 100 or 200 prints, depending on when you're talking and whether you're undergraduate or graduate.
When the USGA came out with it, it was like a huge outrage on campus, and there was a Facebook group, and it like exploded into the thousands of students who had joined it, and people were outraged, and they didn't understand, and it wasn't going to be fair, but because of USGA and Charger Bulletin, they managed to get some student feedback in there, and what they're going to do now is give us...
As of November 2nd. This will be started, and students will get 100 free prints for the rest of the fall-winter semester. And basically, you will use your card, your student ID, and swipe, and then it will deduct however many things you print from your account. And when you run out of those, then they will charge you 8 cents to print. And then following that for spring semester, undergraduate students will get 225 free pages, and grad students will get 150.
And then after you run out your quota, again, it's 8 cents for black and white copies and 50 cents for color copies.
So it's sort of a compromise. It's in the middle.
It's a compromise.
Also, another UNH news.
Midnight Madness!
Hooray.
Did you go last year?
No, I did not.
Me either.
I didn't even know what it was. I knew about Midnight Breakfast, but I don't know if they were connected last year or not.
I guess they are this year.
But this year they are, because to get to Midnight Breakfast, you need a Midnight Madness ticket.
Which, I mean, you don't need to pay for it or anything, but if you go to Midnight Madness, you can just get yourself a ticket so that you, like, have admission to the Midnight Breakfast.
You can get tickets for Midnight Madness at North Campus. It is... when is it?
Oh, I forgot to write the date down. When is it?
Oh, shucks.
Wait. Doesn't say.
Well, anyway, more details. Let's see. If you bring a canned good, you will get a Midnight Madness t-shirt.
Awesome. It starts at 8 p.m. There's a bonfire outside of North Campus and a pep rally. So go and have fun. They might have events actually at the bonfire and not the pep rally. I know they did in high school. At 9 p.m. the doors will open to the Charger Gymnasium, and then at 9:30 the madness begins. And I guess what happens is when the madness begins, the 5, 6, 7, 8, the dance team will be performing, as well as the step team. The pep band will perform Emanon. Who's Emanon?
Dance crew.
It's another dance crew?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of dance teams. And the cheerleaders will also be performing.
And I found out the reason we don't know the date is because it was not in the email they sent out and recalled. So unfortunately, can't tell you that. I'm assuming it's relatively soon, though.
I think it's soon.
I'm
sure we'll know by the next podcast.
It's definitely online, too, if you go to newhaven.edu.
Yes.
Sorry for the lack of date information on this.
We're not as prepared
Not
as
our
usual.
fault. Wasn't in the email. So, anyway, for any of you who care,
not
like her, Hell's Kitchen finale happened, and Dave won, and he was sort of, struggling the whole time because he broke his wrist relatively early on in the competition, and it's pretty hard to cook and carry food and hot food, and not to mention a stressful kitchen under Chef Ramsay to break your wrist and keep cooking. So,
is it timed as well?
Well, I mean, the dinner services aren't, but challenges are.
I see.
But, you don't watch, so you would know.
But I mean,
but you should,
I have seen
awesome.
It before, and I know what cooking entails, and it entails a lot of using your, like flipping and sauteing.
And chopping.
And carrying things.
You could even say julienning.
You could julienning, yes.
Yeah. But basically, he beat out Kevin for it. So, good for you, Dave.
Kevin was a jerk the whole time, anyway.
Well, not the whole time, actually. Just the end. Just the end. And that's not based on me personally knowing or her personally knowing. That's based on a certain
source, a very personal source.
A very personal. Okay. I already said his name, so it doesn't really matter.
Who may or may not be named Zach.
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably not, though.
But anyway, that's about it for this podcast. We'll be sure to let you know for the what the Midnight Madness details with the next one when we know more. So, I'm Matthew Giovanni.
And I'm Dendra Abdinar.
See you next time.